I think the only thing that I can recommend or ask you to consider is to make them feel at ease, even if it's only a 15-minute interview. Please try to consider to extract some nuggets that will compel you to do your further research, because when you extract that nugget, you will be able to initiate connection with that individual and can perhaps use them as a resource later on if you want to do further research. That's my recommendation. Do you three have anything else?
Thank you for your question. I remember just before I pushed the video camera on an interview with my uncle, he said to me, certain things I'm not going to talk about. And I knew the family had gone through some very major challenges. And I said, you know, I need to respect his privacy and our family privacy. We can talk about other things, but certain points, certain time periods aren't going to be talked about. But it still gives me a chance, a flavor of who he was, and I could provide that into it. One of the other things that we were informed during our process of writing is that there's a lot of information we don't know. And you know, you may never find it. But what you do have is stories. What you do have is emotions. So it doesn't matter whether you're off 1 year as to when your granduncle came over. You have an impression of what he did. You have an impression of what grandmother meant to you. You can write about those emotions, and that's important.
I find people will talk more to you if you talk about yourself first, not about your ego, but you know, if you have a story, you talk about your own story first, and then they might have a similar story, or they might have a connection. So I found when I went to China to my parents' village and the area around there, I'd be talking about myself, and then people have some kind of connection with their stories, and sometimes it overlaps.
紅土雞梅咯，啊，嚟，你嚟講細有乜字幕話？喂呢，係啦，你呃緊嘛？喂，你呃緊佢喎。喂，你記緊啊，記緊佢啊。我唔着㗎。唔幫我一招啊！我話下佢要做緊啲雞梅。哦，係。雞梅啊。橫仔、橫長、橫額、二肯、呃肯就都要同下數字呢個。我哋呢有算咩個廟？廟啊！我雖然我冇話同你係雞梅。你張係啦，問你咁解張係。
Somebody on a person-to-person level, you know, talk, and I find that usually people open up. If they find something like strange about me, and then they, well, that's not so strange, or maybe it is strange, but they'll talk about themselves as well.
And I would say, sit them down to a meal or some tea.
Scotch whiskey.
Or a glass of scotch if you're away. No, just kidding. But, you know, there's nothing that breaks ice better than food, and something that warms the heart and the soul, right? Whether it's a congee or fried rice or chicken shit chow mein. But, you know, and the other thing is, have a few questions prepared. I mean, know what it is, what is the story that you're trying to get at? What is your goal? But then, just really use their storytelling and use a few techniques to encourage them to continue to tell the story, which would be, and how did you feel about that? And then what happened? And who else was there? And, you know, so did you learn anything from that, or do you have any advice for someone like me? And those are some pretty basic sort of interview techniques that I think serves us all well when we're trying to get a story. Listening and encouraging, but do it over food.
In spite of it all, I proceed to order dinner. The first item is chicken chow mein, or U.B.C. chow mein, and the second item is garlic fried crab, or sunji chow hai. Laughter erupts. Instead of the items I thought I requested, pardon the language, I ordered chicken shit with noodles and garlic fried shoes. My incorrect tones really changed the meaning. The waiter exclaimed in his clipped English, "Ha ha, you funny, you born here." Feeling totally defensive and wounded, I told Mary to stop laughing. It's not that funny. I finished ordering the dinner in English. I want to ensure that we all are going to have all my favorite dishes. The food arrives, and the smells, taste, and colors of dinner eradicate the awkward moment.